Dear participants, moving on to our next keynote presentation themed as Edge to Cloud by Mr. Michael Netterberg, Consulting Systems Engineer at Aruba, a HPE company. A brief of Michael as a technical specialist in information technology. Michael is always looking for new challenges where his expertise can add value to customers. Michael has spent more than a decade at HPE, and before that he worked for a leading system integrators and resellers in Middle East and South Africa. Michael's expertise as a specialist lies in data centers, cloud computing, security, VMware, networking, Nortel, Cisco, HPE Aruba, network, wireless, hospitality systems, resort IT, each. Welcome, Michael, and the stage is all yours for the next 15 minutes.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Let me share my screen here and we can get started.
Just that, Michael, we can't see you.
Did that turn off? Sorry, let me turn my camera on.
Oh, there you go.
All righty. Perfect. Let me get this presentation up here. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, as stated, I'm Michael Netterberg. I'm a consulting systems engineer with HPE Aruba. Been based here in Qatar in the Middle East for the last 8 years now. And, you know, it's been a fantastic journey of innovation and technology introduction, working with HPE Aruba Networks for a very long time. So just given conscious of the time I have today, I put a brief agenda together, really just giving the folks a bit of a background about Aruba's journey. For those that are not very familiar with us, how we drive experiences with our customers today and some of the challenges they are facing. Then I'll give a brief overview of our Aruba ESP platform, the Edge Services platform, and then obviously why Aruba. So if you're new to Aruba, let me just start by telling you a little bit about us. We started back in 2002, the company started. And we started with a next generation Wi-Fi solution, and we complemented our portfolio organically, as well as with a number of strategic acquisitions along the way to really address the complexities of BYOD, application performance, cloud networking, IoT, and obviously now with OT technologies coming into the IP space with a massive influx of handling all of these devices joining the network, bringing in that zero trust security architecture and that element, really being able to secure one's environment. And then obviously location services, which is absolutely more key than ever now in the last 18 months or so with COVID. We then joined forces with our parent company, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, back in 2015 to really be able to deliver an end-to-end wireless and wired portfolio that extends from not only the access layer, but all the way right through to provide data center solutions to our customers. We then also did strategic acquisitions with SD-WAN, especially around the Silver Peak space, one of the leading SD-WAN solution providers out there, and especially around SD-WAN into cloud providers, being able to provide that multi-cloud platform and connectivity back to on-prem, being able to provide that seamless connectivity to our customers. The other key element for us is around artificial intelligence and operations, especially AIOps and machine learning and the data analytics behind that, to really being able to help our customers find root cause analysis very quickly and be able to use their massive amount of data coming out of the systems and really correlate that data in a very easy and quick fashion and really be able to simplify that environment. In fact, the team's efforts, you know, have delivered, you know, numerous awards over the years, like being a leader in Gartner's Wired and Wireless Magic Quadrant for over 15 years running now. And we're #1 in 6 out of 6 of the categories in the Gartner's Critical Capabilities report. As a network engineer, you know, it's a lot more interesting as the Critical Capabilities report, you know, provides a deeper dive into the providers, their specific capabilities of products and services, and presents those results against multiple usage scenarios. So it really takes that technology, tests it in those usage scenarios, to really be able to make sure that what we're saying as an organization and what we are presenting to the market can actually do what it says on the tin, as it were. So we live in this edge cloud era today, which we've been listening to the panelists speak about earlier on, where the cloud and the mobile have been highly adopted over the last decade or so, and most enterprises are living in this hybrid world with having both on-prem as well as cloud-based equipment, and are really dealing with a lot of different challenges in moving towards mobile and cloud in this edge cloud era. And lately with IoT and the OT technologies really joining the network, it's really picked up as well. And the number of devices, and things being connected to the network is just exponentially growing on a daily basis, both from not only on the wireless side, but on the wired side at the same time. And so in this edge cloud era, what we're hearing from our customers are challenges that we're really looking to solve with our ESP architecture. One thing I wanted to highlight, which really resonates with a lot of our customers out there, is one of our key points as HPE Aruba. And that's really about how the technology is used and the overall satisfaction. It's our drive to create positive technology use experiences at the edge. And what we consider the edge, or the intelligent edge of the environment, is not that access layer network that a lot of the engineers would maybe associate with the edge, where the wireless access points or the switches. It's really the edge is where the people are, where the action takes place, is where those devices that you're using and connecting into the infrastructure are. It's really where the people learn, where they visit and they go, and the places at the edge are familiar to us, be it in your workplace, or maybe while you are shopping, or maybe at a remote site somewhere, or even working from home, for example. New experiences are being created in these places. And it's really our drive, like I said, to create these positive technology use experiences. And as we all know, there is nothing worse, than having a bad experience. And bad experiences drive negativity, which ultimately causes frustration and really unnecessary stress to your users, and ultimately a loss of productivity across many different business lines, be it IT as well as the users that are undergoing issues. But the challenges we see, still exist, and I've highlighted some of the challenges here that we see that are probably the most common ones we see today within the industry. Networks continue to be bound by human scale. We still see these overly complicated network architectures out there, and it still takes a human time to detect, diagnose, and fix the issues in one's environment. Having no automation, 70% of IT's time is spent trying to identify and resolve issues, instead of those IT resources innovating and doing more for the business. Most networks we see are managed in silos. And what I mean by that, they're relying on separate segregated tools to manage a wired part of the network, a wireless part of the network, the WAN infrastructure, and in many cases, different parts of the network infrastructure, like the DC or the campus or even the cloud environment. And that really becomes untenable, trying to correlate all of these systems together, especially when there's a fault happening within the environment. And what we've heard from our customers is that it's not just enough to modernize the core, like we did many years ago, where there was this massive influx of east-west traffic happening in the core. We really need to modernize the entire campus. And the reasons we've heard this is really threefold. There are fragmented operations we see, as we think about this edge cloud era, and the fragmentation of the operations has really gotten worse. We have the compute coming back into the edge, and it's not feasible to be able to send all the data generated at the edge, to go crunch the data and the numbers in the cloud, especially with the high cost of cloud. We have applications sitting in the private cloud and in the DC, as well as the public cloud. And when you think about the network itself, you cannot have one operating model for your branch and a different one for the campus, and a different operating model for the devices sitting on the access layer and a different one for the DC. Secondly, we see that, legacy networks cannot keep pace anymore. For the first time in at least 10 years, or probably even 15 years, we're seeing a true speeds and feeds need to upgrade the campus. And the reason can really be boiled down to the likes of Wi-Fi 6, 6E coming, and IoT devices and the OT joining into the network, where they're sending a lot of data all the time. And with Wi-Fi 6, for example, you're actually going to see speeds coming out of the access points, into the network over a gigabit consistently. And that's something that, frankly, we've never needed. The other key thing is really around security. And I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you can't manage what you can't measure. But for the same, on the same breath, you also, you cannot protect or control what you cannot see. And today, security has become more key than ever to secure environments. With networks being accessed from basically every touch point, be it from the cloud, be it on premise, be it remote. And we had a lot of customers reaching out to us over COVID times, especially being able to provide secure connectivity for their remote workers where everybody was forced to work from home. And being able to deliver a security model utilizing a zero trust architecture, delivers a huge security advantage to our customers by not trusting any device on the network until it is proven secure, especially where in today's world, traditional detection and alerting methods, have become very slow, with all the new attack methodologies out there. And by the time these older systems make you aware, the damage in many cases has already been done. And what is key here is being able to deploy this model, not only on HPE Aruba's equipment, but on older legacy as well as other vendor hardware as well. And then we look at the economic and the resource headwinds. It's a challenge I've come across with most of our customers out there, where they're being asked to do more with less. Budgets are cut, but the demands being placed on your network environments continue to grow and they outpace the network evolution. And then we have the resources side, which are constrained in that break-fix mode or in that firefighting mode as well, with that lack of automation in the systems. So for our customers to evolve, it is key that we give our customers the freedom to be able to do more with less, as well as introducing automation so the IT resources can really get back to that innovation and innovating instead of those firefighting network faults, as it were. And this is really where our Aruba ESP, our edge services platform, comes into its own. It's the foundation for digital transformation for the edge to cloud era. Now, Aruba ESP is designed to deal with many of these challenges I've spoken about it, and many more on top of that. It is the industry's first AI-powered platform designed to not only unify, but to provide automation and protect your whole environment, be it in the cloud, be it on-prem. And Aruba ESP uses 4 key elements supported by the deep resources of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise to enable organizations to really capitalize and grow and bring new opportunities faster to their business, as well as reducing costs and staying secure at the same time. And I'll give a highlight of each of these technology areas briefly, but if you'd like to know more about the ESP architecture, please feel free to reach out to us for a follow-up session. So 3 of those 4 areas I spoke about are really key technology attributes. And the 4th is our HPE Financial Services wrap. So starting with AIOps, which is really the most exciting element of all of it. It's really about Aruba's artificial intelligence and our automation and the operation and automation of the management of the environment and bringing machine learning into the environment, as well as data analytics capabilities to really provide the IT teams with a sixth sense, as it were, in your environment, needed to predict issues before they impact your facility. AIOps solution goes beyond AI-based problem resolution, and it also automatically and continuously optimizes network performance. In fact, it can detect issues on your network and automatically even contact our tax services, for example, and have them start working on the issue while it makes you aware of it at the same time. And then if you look at contact and location tracing, we are uniquely applying AI to location data to enhance the insight and efficiency of downstream applications. So we actually introduced, especially around COVID, for our customers running ESP, a dashboard that can show them usage analytics of spaces and contact tracing analytics, so that they could send in sanitation teams into those hotspots, as it were, within their buildings to be able to make sure that their facilities have been cleaned efficiently. Our unified infrastructure breaks down those operational silos, and we have a phenomenal breadth and depth to our portfolio to be able to provide the technology for virtually any use case and to provide a consistent operational experience across the whole infrastructure, be it wired, wireless, or WAN, all from a single cloud native pane of glass console, really allowing IT administrators to eliminate the manual process of correlating all those data from siloed approach in one's environment. And then ESP is really, it helps to embrace that zero trust security model I spoke about earlier by really ensuring the identity of wired and wireless endpoints and enforcing role and identity-based policies to those endpoints, be it a traditional mobile device or a laptop type environment connecting into your environment, but as well as integrating OT technologies and IoT technologies into that zero trust security architecture. And thanks to the likes of things like Aruba's innovation of dynamic segmentation and our policy enforcement firewalls, layer 4 to 7 firewalls built into our controllers, it allows our customers to address the increasing threats while helping to enforce those security and privacy required for solutions such as remote access and contact and location tracing. And then in terms of the wrap, that fourth element I spoke about is really around providing our customers flexible consumption and financing options via our HPE financial services and HPE GreenLake services to really help ease the stress on budgets and resources, offering from software as a service to network as a service. And these options that can provide access to equipment quickly within limited budgets. So if we just highlight on AIOps quickly, as I said, it's an absolutely phenomenal piece of technology. AIOps, it starts with our AI-powered portfolio. If we look at AI Assist, which is one of the key elements, it uses event-driven automation to automatically collect diagnostic information when things start going wrong in your environment. It alerts your admins and it contacts our tax services at the same time to really get them working on your problem in the background. We have AI Search, which really helps to correlate all of that information on your network, which uses natural language processing-based search capabilities to really simplify searching and reduce that mean time to resolution. So it's a lot like Googling your name in Google, for instance, pulling all that data into one location. Then we have AI Insights, AI-powered anomaly detection and optimization of insights and recommendations, really providing that improved network performance and optimization recommendations. With this portfolio of features, our AIOps is really able to help redefine IT outcomes and really be able to react to and resolve issues much more quickly for our customers. And in some cases, 90% faster to resolve issues. We can predict and preempt issues before they impact businesses or users, be it on-prem or in the cloud. And we continuously optimize network performance based on peer benchmarks. And most importantly, which I think is probably the key point of AIOps, is we can identify specific root causes and provide specific recommendations and deliver these outcomes with a greater than 95% accuracy. So just to end off here, why Aruba? Like I said, we have this phenomenal breadth and depth to our portfolio today. We have a phenomenal roadmap within our organization. We provide training and enablement to our customers, and the protection on investment for our customers today as we grow with technology, there's a great roadmap in terms of ease of scale and flexibility for our customers. The other key thing is obviously our customer validation. We have thousands of customers out there that are running our equipment. And the one phenomenal thing about HPE Aruba, we take customers' feedback and we use that feedback, and we have lots of different panels where our customers sit on and they provide the feedback, and we drive that into the technology so that we can really give the customers what they require today. They listen to the pain points and really put that into the technology for future use. And then the industry analysts, we have our market leadership in there, not only in Gartner, but many of the analysts out there as well. The likes of IDC and other guys out there that are really showing that we are a great alternative to other vendors out there and really providing what we're saying to the industry. So that's all from me. So I'd just like to say, stay safe and stay connected. And thank you all for your time. And I hope you guys have a great summit going on.
Thank you. Thanks, Michael, for the extremely informative keynote presentation. I'm sure our audience would have grasped all the key takeaways and learned about solutions offered by HPE Aruba. Thanks for your time today and have a good day ahead, Michael.
Thank you, you too.
Dear participants, Aruba, a HPE company, is our strategic partner. Kindly explore what they can do for your businesses. Meet and greet their representatives at their designated booth today and tomorrow.